Welcome. Check, check, check. Microphone. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another DDub Live. Just gonna be playing some Dragon Quest Builders 2. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. There we go. Let's see here. How's the audio? Cheeky, check, check. 1, 2. This is going to be a good stream. This game I have just been completely addicted to. Wait, oh. I got to, how do we do this here? Let's see, let me switch that right on over. How do I pop the chat? There we go. Pop out the chat. How's everybody doing? How are you all doing? How's it going for everybody? Got a little bit of long loading times here, but that's all right. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's do this. Wow, what a blast of volume. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into this. I've been playing this game a lot, and so far, I love it. I'm addicted to it. Very nice, very fun. There's a lot to this game, a lot of exploration, and so far I find that there's not a ton of hand-holding. And yes, that is indeed my bed. I made it last night. made myself this very cool man cave here. Kind of just dug it out from the wall. And I just threw random stuff around. And that was at like, I don't know, that was pretty late last night. So yeah, so far, all I can say is I'm really digging this game. There's a lot to it. This is one of those games that you can spend hundreds of hours on. It's always when you're not paying attention that random enemies show up. Oh, not these things. I'm so sick of these things. These are the spoil spores. And I hate how they just spawn randomly. And they get in the way of everything. And it's kind of weird because they make it seem like if one of these things pops, it's gonna ruin everything. And then that's usually not the case. I've had them pop before. And they've done nothing. I'm loving this game, Josh. How you doing, man? I'm just rebuilding some of the stuff that the monsters came and frickin' destroyed it last night. It's always when you're not paying attention that they show up. Hey Josh, you want to see my man cave? I went ahead and dug out underneath here, and I just put random stuff around. You know, come see my. You want to see my bed? All right. Here's my bed. You ready? I sleep in the middle. Yeah, I started making this at like 4:30 in the morning. This morning. And yeah, it's like I was saying with you, you know, there's not a lot of hand holding. Sometimes you get a little confused on what to do or what's next. And it seems like everyone gives you a mission. They're like, hey, build a bathroom. You're still trying to find certain seeds. It's like, hey, you gotta go on the other side of this mountain. And then the frickin' spoil spores. You know, they make it sound like if they blow up, it's gonna ruin, like, your entire town or your crop. And I've had them blow up and it didn't do anything. It didn't seem to do anything. Yeah, this is my first time with it. I played the demo for the original, and then it came out, and there was, I forget what else came out at the time. And you know how it goes. The next game comes out, and just kind of passed me by. But I would like to play it at some time. It just kind of seems like, you know, this is going to be the kind of bigger, better one. And by the time I would go back to the first one, I guess I'd be spoiled by this game. Although, you know, if I really get enough out of this game, I mean, I probably will end up playing this for probably at least 100 hours. But I guess if I'm feeling like I got everything there was to get out of this game, maybe I'll go back knowing that the first one's shorter. So, why, is there a specific spot, like, when it actually opens up? Because that's what I thought, and then, it kind of just made it seem like you go to that board, and I guess I didn't really think about how it would connect. Oh, okay. That's what I've been waiting for. It's weird how you started off on the first island, and then it's like, hey, we need to go get crops and stuff, and I thought it was just going to be a quick trip. I didn't realize the first, like, several hours. I mean, I've probably put at least, like, 15 hours into this, maybe. And, it's just been doing more for Furrowfield. How did you do it? What in the world did you make it out of? Yeah, you have to go to the toilet. That's just so funny. Like, stupidly, it's like, yeah, 4 in the morning. And, I'm just playing and, like, this happens. You know, I was eating cabbage. I had to try to treat it, you know, and bird myself just as I had, you know, with my britches. I saw that Rosie's eyes were... What's he say? Saw that Rosie's eyes were fixed upon my oh, like, what was I talking about? And I like this game. I like it a lot. One of the things I don't like this pastor, and I don't like how everybody shows up and they're like, we're with the children of Hargon and we can't be swayed and building's forbidden, and then it's just like, oh yeah, we'll just drop that and we'll join you. And then at first the pastor, he's just sitting there with his hand up for the first 10 hours, and he's saying that, you know, he's gonna destroy you, and he's basically gonna destroy your whole village. And then he keeps having you do stuff for him, and it's just weird how the plot unfolds with that, how it's like everybody's under this children of Hargon and they're all like with him, and then they're just like, oh, I've seen you build for the past 18 seconds. Now I'm completely swayed. Like, please, Hargon, forgive me and all my sins. And it's just weird how it's been like that. I'm wondering if that was like something to do with like the translation. The corruption's been purified and grass grows upon the earth once more. Keep this up and we shall have Furrowfield in fine fettle before we know it. Yeah, not bad. When we're finished here, let's get this guy to work his magic on the Isle of Awakening. Ooh, we'll throw a fit. That's right, you left her back. I almost forgot about her. Oh, thanks everyone. Couldn't have done it without your help. Keep at it, we might be able to get some nice little flowers growing too. Flowers? I always wanted to see flowers. I've only heard about them in stories. I can't wait for that day to come. And there's a lot of that too, where you're like in the middle of a conversation and it wasn't really a quest, and then it just says complete. And it's kind of like I was watching your stream earlier and you'd said that, you know, when I said that there wasn't much in the hand holding, and how sometimes it's tough to tell exactly what you're doing. Like, I do wish, like you had said, that there was some kind of you know, objective list or a journal that just tells you what the hell you're doing. So I could see putting this game down and being in the middle of something and coming back and having to run around for a bit before you actually find someone or find something that you're looking for, before you actually understand what it was you were actually trying to do. Alright, yay, the enemy's closing in. Yeah, I'm guessing that's what happens, is they come and smash the whole farm up. Yeah, the bell's alright. Like, I guess I would have just preferred that after you get a certain amount of appreciation points or whatever, it just kind of does it on its own. It's not really like a big thing. I mean, I guess it is kind of cool ringing it. But it's like I said, it's kind of dumb that you ring it and then it's like, oh, go and warmly welcome the new folks, and they don't really have names. They're just these guys in these hats, you know, kind of the plain generic dudes. And they're like, oh, we're still with Hargon. We're going to go back and tell them what you guys are doing here, because building's forbidden. But we'll stay around and help you with your crop for a little bit, just so we have the hang of it, so that we know exactly what's what. And then a minute later, they're like, oh, screw the children of Hargon. We're not going back. All this children of Hargon butt kissing, and then they just completely 180 after you plant one single seed. They're like, I want to be a builder. If you haven't already, could you do us a solid and kit us out with the greatest weapons? The better our gear, the better our chances. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna kick their ass. I'm still mad at the last time when they broke my barn. I hope in a Dragon Quest 3, I hope that there's like more RPG to it. I could see this being almost like a mainline game in this style, but having, you know, some serious quests. Or even in like a Dragon Quest 11 or 12, having even just maybe a little bit of building mechanic to it. Like it'd be pretty cool to see the two kind of merged, having it be either like a side story or like its main RPG, because I could see this being fun, having like a turn-based combat, even though this is cool too. Like, it's kind of cool how the franchise has spread itself out. Like, I can't wait for 11S on the Switch, like having the 8-bit mode and stuff like that. Like, that's a game I've been looking forward to for like 2 years, and I don't have a PS4, but then it came out on that, and we've been waiting. And that and Link's Awakening, and yeah, I think that and Link's Awakening come out like the week of my birthday, so I'll have both of those to look forward to, and that's going to be a good time. Oh, you're driving to the airport? Are you coming or going? Man, good for you. You have like a lot of things going on. I'm sure that gets busy as hell, but like, I mean, I'm guessing it's something to do with your channel, right? Are you heading out to another con, or are you going to, I don't know, you're always doing something. Malroth gets stronger, and DDub reaches level 10. His maximum HP increases. Victory! Gosh, DDub. That was an even tougher fight than the one before. It seems like the children of Hargon really have it in for us. It is lamentable, Rosie, and yet unavoidable. I do not see any way to broker a peace between us. I was hoping they would just wipe out the whole village, because, I want to start a new village, or go back to the Isle of Awakening where the game started. But his control over the island is absolute. He's away at present, But when he returns, I will attempt to make him see reason. I may be able to convince him of the Dia tree's value. But this mere sapling will not sway him. If I'm going to stand any chance of proving its worth, we must grow the Dia tree to her full height. Alright. I guess we can do that. Yeah, Al. When are you gonna get your hands dirty and start helping out around here? I'm bloody sick of it. What? Yeah. Melroth's right. You live here on the farm with the rest of us builders. When are you gonna join in? I mean, to be fair, he doesn't use the bathroom. He doesn't eat any food. He doesn't ask me to plant anything. He just stands there. The guy doesn't even sleep. He just freaking stands there all day. You expect me, an avatar of destruction, to become a builder? 1970 Scout. 800. What is cracking, man? How's it going? Limited time. Freeze pop Skittles. They're good. They're not really freeze poppy, but we have blue raspberry is the blue one. Lemon is the yellow one, of course. Strawberry is the pink one, of course. Orange is the orange one, of course. And grape is the white one. Let's see, I got 3 blues and 1 white. So, these are pretty good. Not much is going on, man. Just, was gonna be playing this either way. And I figured I might as well live stream it. I'm definitely enjoying, though. Let's see this real quick. Need new batteries in my mouse. The thing is dying. Let's see this. Need new batteries. Chilling, smoking, nice. It's been a while since I've done that. The thing is dying. Last time I smoked was last summer. It's been a while since I've done that. It's funny. There was 2 days in a row where one of the days last summer. It's been a while since I've done that. It's funny. I had like 3 beers and I smoked, and I was feeling great. One of the days, but it was weird too because my it's kind of like my second, like my dad's cousin. So like my second cousin's like ex-wife. She was friends with my mom, and she doesn't live around me. Like my second cousin's like ex-wife, and so she was back up, but she's like dying from like drinking peppermint schnapps. That's like all she'll do. And she's got like a feeding tube. So like this one day I smoked, felt great, had a few beers, felt amazing. Then the next day I was just like looking at her, and I drank like a beer, and then later on smoked. Felt great, and I was just like having such anxiety. I came home, I was like, I was in the shower, I was eating food, I was chugging water, and I was in the shower, I was in the bath, I went back outside, put the fan on my face, splashed water in my face, and I was just panicking. But it was mostly, I think, just because of that, because of my mom's friend panicking. It just made me kind of sad. I think just because of that, because of my mom's friend. It is an interesting proposal. I will grant you that. Perhaps I may even consider it one day. Alright, it's a deal. Come on, DDub. Let's grow 2 more types of crops, complete the pastor's task, and make this place the finest farm on Furrowfield. Alright, it's a deal. Come on, DDub. Everyone's like, let's do it! Alright, DDub. You gotta get going. You're the one that has to head out. Everyone's like, let's do it! We just make you build stuff, and then We just order you to build us more stuff. We just make you build stuff. Let's see. We just order you to build us more stuff. Soft wood. Soft. Oh. How did that? I have 3 Super Nintendo carts. Oh, do I? Not the dreaded Echo. I have 3 Super
okay,
Nintendo
I think I know what it
carts.
is.
It's that. There we go. I'm no audio expert. Okay, there. That makes sense. That should just about do it. Actually, that should do all of it. My bad. Where's my door? Thank you for letting me know. It's even like the most expert live streamers and stuff like that. It's kind of funny that it's always like you start up the stream, you gotta like ask the chat. You're like, hey, how's my audio? Is it echoey? Is there a delay? Is it off? Is it too loud? How's it sound? Check, check. 1, 2. And they all got their faces in the bread. Glad we were able to defend ourselves against those awful monsters. So what about you, 1970 Scout 800? That's always such a hard name to say. You ever play this game? You ever play Dragon Quest? Are you into RPGs? Like, I'm not into Minecraft or anything. Like, if I played Minecraft at all, I would have to play with my kid all the time, and I leave that for my wife. We might not be so lucky next time. That's why we need to find some more seeds and complete the pastor's tasks as soon as we can. I've been talking with the farmers who joined us recently, and they told me about a different crop we might be able to grow. Apparently someone buried pumpkin seeds deep in the rainforest so the children are hard. I have pumpkin seeds. It's on the other side of Furfield Dock. Go and have a good look around and see if you can find 30. See that? Wow, DDub, you found all the pumpkins. That's right. Yes. Weird how that works. Well, hey, there's a demo for it, so there's that. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos or if you've really like paid attention or anything. I put out 2 videos yesterday and 1 today. I'm super picky on RPGs too, but I'm sure the pickiness that you would have wouldn't be like the same pickiness that I would have. We're all picky though. I mean, it's all just preference. There's certain RPGs that I just don't like the look of. Like, I almost bought Tales of Vesperia when it had relaunched on the Switch. But I was like looking at it at like GameStop, and it was $50 when it came out. And then when I was looking at it just like 3 weeks later, it was $40. But then over in the 360 area, it was on the 360 for 10, and I was like, I don't want to buy it on the 360. And even though it's going to look cleaner, a little bit cleaner, and there's some extra content, I was like, why am I so inclined just because it's re-released and it's on the Switch that I would buy it for 40 or 50? And then there's the old version for, $10. But it's on the Xbox 360, so I don't really want to play it. And I'm like, if I don't want to play it there, then I'm just going to end up getting it and playing it for a bit. Like, why does it matter if it's on a new system or not? But I guess even the bigger thing was, now we're one step closer to restoring the Dia tree to its original majestic glory. But one of the bigger things was my friend had it back in the day on the Xbox 360, and I played some of it, and it was just something about the... Like, I like the combat. I wasn't really paying too much attention to the story. Like, I like the style and stuff of the, like, the actual, like, character models and stuff. But there's something about this, like, in that game specifically, it has this, like, glossed over rounded edges. Like, it's not cell shaded, but there's just something about the flow and like the look of the world that I don't know, I don't like. And it's only been in a few games, and not all games, but I guess, yeah, that's just one picky element to being picky on RPGs. There was a ghost guarding them. They must have meant a lot to them when he was alive for him to keep watch on them after death. Which means he must really have faith in you to entrust something so important to you, so don't let him down. Treat those pumpkins with the care they deserve. Pastor Al tells me they should be quite easy to grow. You just need to plant the seeds and till the earth and water them, just like cabbages and wheat. So let's get to it. Breath of the Wild is great. And even that game, it's like, it looks good on my Switch, and there's been times I've watched like captured footage of that, and I'm like, I'll see it on like a YouTube video, and I'm like, man, it looks so much more vibrant and like colorful. And then when I see it on my TV, I just can't adjust. Specifically this TV that I have right here, I can't adjust it to make it look like it does in the captured footage. It's kind of weird, but that game's great. That's one I still have to. I have like 170 hours in it. I beat it, and then I bought the DLC, and I'm basically at the beginning of it because I kept dying. You have to go through like those 30 floors with no weapons, and every time I do it, I get like 1 or 2 rooms further. But I've already tried it about like probably like 8 or 9 times. But I gotta get that bike. The bike is the thing that I want. Wow, what's your favorite RPG? Or your favorite styles? Or I guess even what's your favorite system for RPGs? Because like every system has some good RPGs on it, some more than others. Me personally, I think the PS1 had so many good ones. It would blammin' scary when the children of Argon attacked, weren't it? None of us were hurt though, and that's what matters. Do you remember what Rosie said about how we have an August festival? Once we're done all the stuff we need to do for the deity. Well, I can't blimmin' wait for it. I figured I could speed these things along by helping you find the seeds you need. According to Pastor Al, there's an old bridge to the east of Furlfield Bog. They used to grow a different kind of crop somewhere on the other side. I'm so sick of this pasture. Well, this is weird because it's like Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior. It's an RPG, and then you have this game here, and it's like, it's got RPG elements, but it's mainly focused on building, but it's like, it's because it's set in this world that I like it. Actually, I was looking around at some of this stuff, and it reminds me of how, like, Link's Awakening is gonna look. Like, there's some little girl in the village here, and then there's a dog, and they look like they were pulled straight out of Link's Awakening remake. Indeed, it is said there was a vast tomato farm that sprawled over the area to the east of the bog until the children of Hagon destroyed it, that is. There may yet be seeds buried beneath the soil there. With the aid of your new friend Akira, you just might be able to find them. Just like sugarcane, there's a particular trick to growing tomato leaves, so I heard. Alas, I have never seen them grow and can offer you no guidance in this regard. I suggest you search the same area for someone who can tell you what must be done to help the seeds you find take root. Well, there you go, DDub. The rest is up to you. Find us 30 tomato seeds and find out how to make them grow. Alright, finally. I just want this island to be destroyed so I can go back to the island I was at. LGTV beat Final Fantasy on the NES, both Zelda games on the NES, Dragon Warrior on the NES. Nice. Well, how old are you? You're like, I thought I asked you this before. You're like 37 or something like that? Or even 40 something? Because, man, if that's when they were new. Right? You said you had to go away for a little bit, right? Yeah, I was gonna say 40 something. And I was like, you watch Happy Console Gamer? You ever seen his channel? See, look at this dog right here. Like, I thought he looked kind of like Animal Crossing / like the Link's Awakening remake, which I can't wait for that. It's gonna be same for like these vines. They kind of look like something that would be out of that. All right, where am I going here? Over here, there's this cliff thing, and you go up to the top, and it says jump at your own risk, and then it says you might get a reward too, and there's this like underground passage that has water flowing from it, but I can't figure out what the surprise is, what the reward is. Tomato is my favorite, Snort. Boy, you've got some nerve coming to a big bad orc like that with that dopey grin on your face. So is there something you want from me? Of course, yes. You're growing a new Dia tree and you need to learn how to farm some more plants to finish the job. Yeah, I actually did a video. There's also this game I saw that had come out a couple days ago, Lethal League Blaze. And then I saw there was a demo for it, and this is like a... There was originally Lethal League, and I guess people would play it on like PCs. It's kind of like a browser game, and people would play it at like different game tournaments. And it's basically two people and you're swinging baseball bats, and this baseball is going faster and faster, and you use the momentum and you kind of do like combos. It's like a 2D fighting game, and they finally came out with this one. They like revamped it, and it has like this Power Stone / like Jet Grind Radio look to it. Like even the font there has like that, you know, graffiti tagline, hip hop underground, you know, that sloppy like boom bap like rap kind of feel to it. It also kind of feels like Marvel vs. Capcom. But if I was you, I'd check out the demo. It lets you start going through the story, and there's a couple different characters you can play. But yeah, I did a video on that yesterday, and that's got to be so strange going in and coming out and just... I mean, it's not like you're completely sealed away and you don't get any information, but it's got to be strange going in and coming out and seeing like, yeah, like a whole generation of like gaming is just like gone before your eyes by the time you get out, you know. Therapy, cool pinball game demo for the Switch. I also did like a 3-minute video today on what it's like to play the NES games on the Nintendo Switch. There's a bunch of cool pinball demos. They're all from, I guess, like the same studio. And I mean, they're all cheap. They're like $1 or like $3 when they come out, and then they're usually on sale. Yeah, Pinball Arcade. And then they come out with all these like all these different ones. Huh, maybe it's not the same studio. There's one company or whatever though, and see, I thought it was like the same company. And there's all these different ones where you buy like the whole game, or you can just buy like one of the machines. Like I would guess in this, you could probably play that pinball machine and that arcade game over there. I was playing some pinball. Ooh, what was that? I have a video from like a month ago, and I went to the beach. I was supposed to be going on a whale watch, and that ended up not going down. Oh, that's kind of cool. Archer. That's actually pretty cool. It's like, that's a cool theme. $10 for over 15 exciting and hilarious modes. Huh. I didn't even know this was a thing. Let's see, Zen Studio. It's weird because every like pinball you see, you're like, oh, they all just, yeah, like this. They all reminded me like they were from like the same studio. But yeah, I did this arcade. Oh, I used to go to this arcade when I was little, and I haven't been to it since probably like 2006, I think, like the year I graduated high school. And so I went in and I started filming, and I did a video on it, and they had some cool pinball machines. They had Iron Maiden, and they had the Munsters, and oh, what were the other ones? I forget, but I took videos of them and put them into this, like, I don't know, it was like a 10 or 15 minute video. Also, they had the biggest pinball machine I've ever seen. That thing, the ball for it was like the size of a cue ball for a pool table. And this table must have been like, you know, 3 or 4 feet wide by like 8 or 10 feet long. And this thing was from like maybe the late 70s. This thing was a monster. Simpsons are Once upon a time, this whole area used to be a tomato farm. If you look hard enough, you still might be able to find some seeds still buried around the place. If you manage to find some, come back here and I'll show you how to grow. Oh, okay. I did find some already. I've been waiting a long time for someone like you to come along, a human worthy of learning the ancient secrets of growing tomatoes. Oh, okay. You can't just stick the seeds in the ground and expect them to grow. Tomatoes can get pretty heavy too. Too heavy for the vines to support them if you don't place planting posts to hold them up. They'll collapse under their own weight. Expect the weather to do all your work. I've got a field right here, so why don't you try growing some tomatoes? One planting pole per seed. Stick them in the ground around here, so go and get them. Pumpkin seeds. That might have been one of the ones that was in the arcade video. Or maybe that was just an arcade machine. There was 4 different ones that I was looking at, and it was the Munsters and the Iron Maiden. I'd have to check back the video. That wasn't even that long ago. I can't believe I don't remember that. They were cool though. Like, they were like almost brand new. I was just looking at them. I was like, I'm not that big of a pinball fan, but when you see like cool machines like that, it makes you wish you could just have one. Just, you know, put it in your man cave or your basement or whatever. Alright, well. So I started planting the tomatoes, and there was a task where it was like plant 5 different crops and make them be 250 different seeds. I did that. But now I have to, I guess, dig them up. Transport back there. Pinball machines are cool. Like I said, I'm not big on pinball, but seeing some of those machines, it would, if I had the money, I would probably be dumb and buy like 30 of them. And then just get addicted to buying and collecting them. They're so cool. Do you ever watch, Jablinski Games? Jack Black's channel, because in like maybe his 3rd episode on his channel or so, he showed off some of his pinball machines that he had, and he's apparently big into it. He showed off his like gaming room. He had a bunch of different machines going on in there. It was pretty cool. Looks to me like you've done everything New York said. Do you reckon they'll sprout? Either way, let's tell that orc. Once you've done everything he needed. Kill this cloud. So, if you played Dragon Warrior, I'm guessing, have you ever played any of the Dragon Quests? Do you have a Switch? Because I was talking about this, like, just a little bit before you showed up, about Dragon Quest 11 coming out on the Switch. That's going to be cool. Especially because it came out on PS4 last year. And in the one for the Switch, it's got like the 8-bit mode. Yeah. Sorry guys, no gaming gifts this week. Ninja stole my Delgado. Like, oh my god, there were so many different Fridays I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off. My girl's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like trying to make her watch and she just doesn't really care or get it. Or she'll laugh at it for like a second, but she doesn't enjoy sitting there and watching like 10 minutes of it. Oh, so are you getting Dragon Quest XI S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch on September the 24th? Or 21st? Let's see when that is. Yeah, September 27th. You need a demo for Dragon Quest XI? You mean? I mean, I was pumped for this game. I thought about getting the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but the more I saw of it, I'm just like, I just don't really care to play it. I don't know, something about the way it looks. I mean, it's just basic, arcadey. Looks good. Looks fun. And I played the original. Why are you worried that it's gonna run like a hog? Because I mean, it very well could. It could be bad. Like even this game, there's certain times that it chugs a little bit. It's not too bad, but it does happen often enough when there's a lot of stuff going on. And it's not, I can see past it. I mean, I've grown up with terrible video games. Some people are just like, oh, it's 30 frames per second. Well, that's a no-go. I'm like, I mean, it depends what system you got. If you have access to any others, if it's actually available on other systems. Because some people like, you know, having 120 frames a second on PC. And that's fine if you can get it. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's only available on PC, and sometimes it's, you know, not available on PC and it's only on Switch or Xbox or PS4. That's why it's funny. There's all this stuff coming out now about, you know, PS4 being 4K and being 120 frames per second, and it's like, man, we're at the tail end of this generation, and not even every game, not even like most games, or even like half of them are running at a steady, you know, 60 frames a second, and even 1080 at times. Let alone they're trying to say that PS4 will be 4K running at like 120 frames, and it's like, that's just a blanket statement. It's like, for what game? What kind of game is it? Wait, the games aren't out yet, so how can you even say that? Until it happens, it's like, where's the proof? And that's like, it could be achieved. I mean, you could basically argue that, you know, like an Xbox One S, they could, or Xbox One X, they could natively make a game in all 4K and just build it for that, but that's technically a selling point and a spec that is true, but for what game? Like, what type of game is it? What studio are going to be the ones to do that? Like, where's the money at? There's not really money in just doing that, so that's why it really hasn't been done yet. You're quite the little farmer, aren't you? You made a perfect little tomato patch. Great going, DDub. Now we can grow tomatoes of our own. So, you seemed awfully adept at setting up that veggie patch. And that's a very unique hammer you're carrying. You're not a builder, are you? Snort, snort, snort. Don't worry. I'm not one of the children of hard onions. Maybe a monster, but I'm a Furrowfield native, born and raised. Another builder came to this island long, long ago. It's thanks to his effort that things were as good here as they were. He always looked like he was half asleep, and he was a greedy so-and-so, always raiding the larder he was. But he was always ready to go the extra mile when he needed it. Raiding the larder. You couldn't stay mad at him for it, though. He could grow the finest crops you ever saw. One look at those succulent tomatoes and all was forgiven. That's why I'm so excited for these ones to grow. I can't wait for a chance to taste the builder-grown food again. I want you to grow as many as you can. These seeds aren't much use to me when my fingers are too fat to plant them. Alright. Thanks. Oh, and there's one more thing I forgot to mention. My friend lives in a cave on the east side of the swamp. She can teach you all about fertilizer, code stuff for farming. You should go and see her. If you ever want to know more about Furrowfield, feel free to talk to me again. I'll be more than happy to help Snort. Eureka. Ah! Planting pole. I thought I already knew how to make that. See, it's kind of funny. I thought about doing a video on it. I still might. I mean, personally, I don't care. I personally thought when all this stuff was coming out, you know, several months ago, that, like, what is there to really gain from a Switch Pro? I mean, from the regular gamer's point, you could drop the thing tomorrow and people would be pumped for it. But it's kind of like, it's almost like, you know, you had like the Xbox 360, and then you had, you know, Red Ring of Death and stuff, and even the very first Xbox 360, it didn't have HDMI, it had the composite. A lot of people didn't have HDMI TVs yet, that wasn't a standard given thing, but then later on you had the one that had, you know, HDMI and the composite, or component, whichever, both, actually, because you had the dual that accommodated composite and component. And you had like the arcade one and stuff, and then at the end you just had like Xbox 360 Slim or whatever, and that didn't even have the composite, it just had the HDMI. And so even then it's kind of like, okay, it'll look better on your TV, and that was the transition from, you know, still old tube TVs going into the TVs that we have now. So even in this generation, you know, you have PS4 and then PS4 Pro, and the differences are enough, I guess. I mean, I don't have a PS4, so I don't specifically know, but I know that a base Xbox One to the Xbox One S to the Xbox One X, it's a pretty broad spectrum. I mean, there are still some people that have just the original Xbox One, and it's still more than capable of playing the games. You know, some like the Xbox One X, you know, upscales to 4K, and for certain games does HDR, and it does enough, I guess, to warrant the price if you're that hardcore into it. But for a Switch, it's almost like Nintendo, they're not Microsoft, they're not Windows, they're not messing around and putting their games on PC, they're not Sony either. It's like, it's Nintendo. I mean, from their perspective, what really is there to be gained from a Nintendo Switch Pro? From their side of it, without it being like launching in this current generation, because, you know, the death of the Wii U and stuff kind of killed the cycle of all the systems generally coming out in the same time, because by the time a PS4 or by the time a PS5 and an Xbox, you know, the Xbox One 2, the next box, by the time that comes out, the Switch will be 3.5 years old at that point. So it'd almost be like if what people thought about the Wii U was true, and it was basically just like a add-on, upscaling controller add-on thing to the Wii. But it's like, it's Nintendo. From their point of view, they're making more money now that they've, you know, changed the chip, and that they're not going to have 2 chips, and that, you know, basically the initial Switch is going to be phased out. The ones that are on the shelves are going to be the last of those, and they're changing the chip, and it's going to be the same for the Lite and for this regular Nintendo Switch. And I just see that riding out for the next 2.5 to 3 years. And there's people that were like, oh, Nintendo said they wanted the Switch to last 10 years, and it's like the Switch family. I mean, you could even look at the Wii and Wii U and say that, oh, Nintendo managed to stretch out the Wii family for 10 years. So it's kind of the same thing. And from their perspective, I just don't see there being any upside on their end for there being a Switch Pro, because they're not doing super graphically intensive games. And it's like, what, you're gonna put out a Switch Pro and then in another 2.5 years then come out with the next gen console? It doesn't make much sense for Nintendo's point. Like, you know, a lot of their games are barely running in HD, and even a more powerful machine, I don't know if, you know, because I'm not a developer, I don't know exactly how they develop their games and stuff. And it's like, sure, some of Nintendo's first party games might look better if they were on a better machine, and some of the games are fine the way they are. But like Super Smash Brothers, let's say, it's like, I mean, I guess if you have a 4K TV, there's probably a way you can already upscale that to 4K. But even if you have a Switch Pro and it's not like native 4K, and then it just upscales to it, you know, it's not really the real deal. And that's a game that runs at 60 frames per second 100% of the time. There's like no hiccups unless it's online. I don't know, I just don't see, if it came out I'd be like, oh, cool, but I just don't think they're gonna do like, you know, when all this stuff first came out in the Wall Street Journal, it's like, no, there's definitely in fact gonna be a Switch Pro. And then there was like all the speculation from people's ends on like, is this gonna be kind of like when they put out the new Nintendo 3DS, and there's like 4 games that you need that machine for to run on it, like Xenoblade Chronicles HD. That game won't play on a 2DS or a 2DS XL or a regular DS or a regular 3DS. It has to be the new Nintendo 3DS and the new Nintendo 3DS XL. That's where like the confusion comes in. So it's like, never again are they gonna make that mistake and then come out with the mini and then do this small revision, because so far from what people are saying is that the revision, it's all internal. And I watched one video earlier, and he said that the only change that's going to be, it's going to be all internal. Well, except for that the packaging is going to look a little bit different. And I was like, huh. And I was waiting for like a picture or some kind of mock-up or something based off of something, but it never was brought up in the video. And I was like, are they really going to... It's all internal. The regular person doesn't know about that kind of thing. And it's like, sure, if you look at an original PlayStation, I mean, that thing came out in like 95 and was still being sold in like 2001. And those things had different bundles and different boxes. And even the PS1, there was like 4 different models. Like the original had, you know, it had like the audio outs, like the yellow, white, and red on the back. And that was like the original model. And they did away with that. And then the one that I have is like the secondary model, where it doesn't have those, but it still has like the I/O and the serial port. And then like the third model, they finally just did away with the serial port, and on the back it has nothing except for the power and the audio video out. And then they finally came out with the PS1. It's like the same for the GameCube. I have a Model 1 GameCube, and that has the serial and the digital out, which is what you need for like those Ion upscaler or whatever you want to call it, HD, the GC HD, GameCube HD, and that's what you need for that. And then the model after it, they just basically got rid of that because they weren't really using it. And the Wii the Wii U didn't do that, but it wasn't successful enough to really have like a revision. But usually when they do, they're quiet, and eventually, you know, like a PlayStation 1 launch box is different from... I still have my box for my PS1. I don't have it here. It's at my mom's. I got to get it. But that box is different from the original box versus the very first original box that I saw on shelves, and then it was even different from the later boxes that I saw on the shelves. And even same for like the Dreamcast. I mean, that thing wasn't out long enough to really have much done to it, and I don't think they actually did like a revision to it. But you know, it's like you said, like extra battery life. And see, even the battery is something I think that's strange, because like for the Switch Lite, you know, they make it out like the original Switch that I have sitting right here is 2.5 hours to 6 hours, and they basically say, like, you know, your mileage may vary, and that you can get a 2.5 or 3 hour Zelda Breath of the Wild portable experience out of it before your battery dies. And then you have the Switch Lite, and that says 3 hours to 7 hours. And I think the Switch Lite is going to have the same exact battery that the original Switch it has, but like, you know, there's no rumble. We don't know if the screen is just as bright or even brighter, or maybe it's slightly less bright when actually like testing and putting them next to each other. Maybe it's not as bright, and because it's smaller and it doesn't have rumble in it, maybe it's not as loud. It probably still has 2 speakers. I mean, that hasn't really been talked about yet. It could be like the 2DS and just have 1 speaker and it's not stereo, in which case that's using less, you know, it's got a newer chip, it's using less power, but it's the same exact size, same exact battery to the T. It just, in theory, lasts longer because it's a smaller screen, less power draw and all that. And then I think on the Switch Lite, I think it's going to have the same exact joysticks that the Joy-Con have, and I think the drifting is going to be an issue, because if you've ever taken apart a PS2, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One controller, GameCube controller, and you pull it out, and you actually see like the box that's under the joystick, and those are different on the Switch. And for the Switch Lite, it's too thin to it's too thin to house a traditional one, so I think the drifting's going to be an issue. And then it's weird that the Switch Lite is the portable one, and then a week later it's like, hey, look out on shelves, you're going to have to kind of pay attention to like the model number, or, well, there's going to be different packaging, but we're not sure exactly if all these brand new Switches are going to, you know, there comes a point where like you got to get the old ones off the shelf. So I don't know if they're going to slowly put like a new packaging, or put like the newer Switch with the better battery in a newer box, because you would think, you know, if that comes out, they said that comes out in August, starting in August. So depending where you live, how long it takes for them to be shipped, how long they've been making them, I could go to like the same Walmart and Best Buy and Target and GameStop for weeks, maybe even a month or two, before actually starting to see them on the shelf. And so at some point you got to phase out the old ones, but it's like, so it's weird that those start coming out in August, but people are supposed to be, and were, pumped for the Lite that was just announced 7 days ago. And then here we are a week later, and it's like, oh, the more portable one that was just more enticing than the regular Switch. You know, it was more enticing for a week, and now we have this other one where it's like, well, you get the better up to 9 hours of battery life, and I think that's a crock. I don't think you'll get 9 hours out of it. I think you'll get 4.5. If you turn the brightness all the way down and the volume off, and you're playing, I don't know, like, even, I would say Breath of the Wild is probably more intensively drawing than this game, and this game kills the battery pretty fast. I was also playing Final Fantasy 12. That's another one where Switch is at 80%, you play for like 9 minutes, you check back and it's at like 67%, and then 15 minutes later it's down to like 50, and then before you know it, it's beeping. And yeah, I don't play enough portably, and when I do play it in portable, I mean, I'm in my house, so I'm close enough to the wall, so it doesn't really matter. But I will be getting the Switch Lite, and it'll basically be mine, but it'll be my kids', because I guess I'll make it out like it's mine, but I'm letting you use it. Because I don't just want to be like, here, this is all yours. But I definitely want to take the thing apart, do some videos with it, see what it actually is. And, let's see. If you had a fur-filled retriever, be able to sniff them out, no problem. Okay. It is tomato seeds I want. Come on, dog. Zelda N64 fan. Good evening. How are you doing? On this very fine Wednesday night. So far, I'm loving this game. I've been playing this. This is all I've played for the past, since Friday. I mean, I've been meaning to get back to and play some Mario Maker, but I just find myself playing this on and off quite a few times throughout the day. And then around this time at night is when I get really addicted. Wait, why is he taking me in here? I'm a friendly orc. I love nature and everything in it, including humans. I've heard a rumor about you that you're starting a new tomato farm. Let me tell you a helpful hint. If you want your veggies to grow quicker, try using the stinky stuff that humans... Oh, okay. Night soil and wheat. Perhaps you could try making some yourself. If you do, come and show me, won't you? I've always wondered if it smells as bad as the stories say. Well, it's the shit right out of the toilet. Hilarious. Stinky substance used to enrich earth for farming turns any surrounding earth into soil. I think that's what it said. Yeah, where's the dog? Why is my dog sitting there? Come on, dog. Lick anything that's super stinky. If you ever managed to make some of that stinky stuff, let me have a sniff of it, won't you? This game can be something else. I can definitely say that. Well, okay, here's his... Come on, crab. Yeah, this game's great. You know, I'm not a Minecraft fan. There's been other Minecraft knockoffs, and I definitely like this game a lot. Like, I don't know how long the story is, but it's pretty long. There's some DLC. There might be some other stuff that comes out for it too. I don't know. But this is a hundreds of hours, all summer long type of game. So I'm going to be playing this a lot of nights throughout the summer. And I can't wait. This could end up being one of the Switch games that I played the most. I think the most hours I have on a game is Breath of the Wild, and that's at like 160 or 70. Oh, okay. I love to nibble on handfuls of sweeties. Great sugarcane seedling. Hurry up and cook. Go ahead and cook some candy. You got a pack from Minecraft store that has 150 story quests and voice acting. Oh, so you play Minecraft? There's been a lot over the years for that game. I mean, just like a month ago, it had its 10th anniversary. And I mean, there's like seasons and story modes, and it's like the most modded game in the world, I think. Or one of them, aside from I think it's Minecraft. There's another game that's modded so much, like the most in the world. I forget if it actually is Minecraft or if it's something else. My mind is blanking me right now. Don't suppose you could trouble me for some, could you? Thank you so much. I hope you didn't go to all the trouble making that just for me. This will give me the pep I need to keep cooking every day. Please let me give you something in return. Squeak! Now you can grow some sweet, juicy tomatoes of your own. Just don't tell the children of Hargon where you got those seeds, alright? Okay. I'll cook one more. And then, oh. Come on, help me out. Where'd he go? That is funny because you have the green controller too then, right? Or I don't know if they had the... It's not my Xbox One S, but my kid has the same one. It has a little Minecraft thing when it turns on. And it came with the creeper controller. Green one. It's a cool controller. The one my kid has. He drops it on the floor 15 times a day. Like off the chair from like 2 or 3 feet in the air. It's a miracle that the thing even still works. Oh. No, don't die. I needed to have my guy sleep. So yeah, occasionally I play the Xbox One. It's just, I got so used to, I mean, it's like, it's not a big thing for me to go back and play other systems on the TV. And even right now, like, even if I wasn't live streaming, I'd probably be playing this on the TV, but I don't know, it's weird to go and play my kid's Xbox, which is downstairs on that TV. I mean, well, I did have the Xbox Ultimate Game Pass, and I was able to try it and play the games that were on there on the Game Pass from my PC here. And it didn't work. I didn't try many games. I tried, the first game I tried was Forza Horizon 4, and that just wasn't working terribly. It was lagging, I was swerving all over the place, and crashing. It was pretty bad, but I'm not sure if it's like that for all games, or if there's a way to get it super smooth, or if that's just something that's going to get more ironed out with time, or perhaps on the next console, but that's a cool feature. I imagine for something maybe more like this, the lag wouldn't be too bad. And I mean, it was, Forza was playing 90% good when I had it at 720, but I was trying to get 1080p, and there was like a 2 or 3 second lag on it. Yeah, I know Abaddon. He came into my live stream like last week, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you like live stream and make videos," and I was like, "Yeah." And then he was like, "Oh, I subbed," and I was like, "Thanks, man." And then apparently he didn't, but he said he did, but it never gave me an alert or anything. So I've had a lot of people unsub, and I'm not even at 100 yet. It's like, it's strange. Every other day, it's like, the other day it was at 79, and then it went down to 77, and then I got another sub, and it went up to 78, and then it's back down at 77. And if like no one had unsubbed, I'd probably be over 100 now, but it's like, I don't even know who's coming and going. I guess that's the YouTube game, you know. And I see from time to time Abaddon will be playing like Minecraft on the Switch. I think I still, no, actually I think I deleted him, because I had him as friends on here, and then if someone else deletes you, then when you click on their name, it's it doesn't show as much about them. It just says what game they're playing. It doesn't tell you the hours, and you can tell that you've been deleted. So he had me added at 1.2 on the Switch, and then he deleted me. So I deleted him. That is cool though. Yeah, if I had had the money, I was gonna go to Too Many Games this year, and I would have saw him there. I'm hoping to go next year. I mean, Too Many Games is like a 6-hour drive for me. And, you know, I'm not made of money or anything, so if I was to go, it'd probably be for a day, or maybe a day and a half, and I'd probably sleep in my car, so I mean, that would still be fun. I'd like to go and see the scene, meet some people, network a little bit and whatever, and then, you know, get some word spread for myself and for others. But the YouTube game is tough. I'm hoping someday my channel can be big enough that I can donate to charities, start like another thing that's not gaming, but just make enough money to help people, give them money away, to make another business that makes more money, to employ people and give money away to charities and stuff like that, while still, you know, being able to live, you know, comfortably. I'm not trying to be rich or anything. Even if I was rich, I wouldn't really live rich. That's just not how I roll. That's why I mean, I'm still new on the YouTube game. I'm trying to figure out, you know, I've been trying to get feedback from people, but it seems like every video, you know, I go through like the analytics and it's like people are watching for like a minute. And even if I'm like, hey, comment and let me know what sucks about this video, or what do you like about my channel, there's just no comments ever. There's usually one or two from a couple of the same people, and for the most part, the other 70 plus people that have subbed to me, I don't even know who they are. And a lot of times I don't get notifications for new subs either, so I think it's always lagging behind, and so I think when 2 people unsubscribe, it's actually like 1 unsubscribed and like 1 got added, but it doesn't show up for a day or 2. Why do you reckon these bodkin archers are loitering around like that? Come on, let's ask him and find out. Yes. A human approaches, and with good timing he does. Bodkin archers we are, green-faced warriors, gardens of greenery, and protectors of the green forest we are. But recently, to the children of Hagan, more and more of my warriors defect. Turn to the dark side they have. The forest they vowed to protect, they destroy. Remain steadfast, we Bodkin archers do, but not so staunch where the Bodkin boy is. And suffer them to remain, we cannot. Need your help, we do. Defeat the Bodkin boy or traitors, and a gift I will give you. An amazing item that can create a forest it is. Infest our forest, these purple-faced traitors do. 10 of them you must defeat. The purple Bodkins. Okay, where am I? Okay, that's one. The music in this game is great. It pretty much covers all Dragon Quest games. And I've never really played many Dragon Quest games. Like, I never played the first, like, Dragon Warriors, like, 1 through 4. And then there's all of them on the DS. I'd like to get them at some time, at some point. I do have Dragon Quest 7. Or no, it's 9. It's weird the way that they came out, and then, like, I found Dragon Quest 8 at the Goodwill store last week. And I've been kind of weary of putting it in because I don't want to get sucked in. That's a game I'm going to have to play over time. Because it's probably going to be like a 60, 70-hour game. Maybe less. But that would be one that I would like to actually read. It's a really beautiful game, a good story. I know some things about it. I was like, wow, I found it at Goodwill store for $3, and I almost didn't go in that day, and it was just sitting there just staring at me, and it looked like there had been some other PS2 games that had been like raked through, and so if someone left that behind, then that was a score and a half for me. And then yeah, I have Dragon Quest 9, on the DS, and that's a game that I did start playing. I gotta get back to it. And then in just 2 short months, you know, the day before my birthday, Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition for the Nintendo Switch comes out the day before my birthday. And I can't wait for that. That's going to be an amazing day. So pumped for that. Wow. Been streaming for an hour and a half. That means, wow. Okay, so it's 12:21. So will either one of you watch my, okay, man, have a good night. Let me know tomorrow, or at some point if you get a chance. Will you watch my newest video? It's, the how Switch players play the NES games on their Switch. It's like a 3-minute video. And I think you'd probably get a kick out of it. It's not just like the typical talking or, you know, it's got funny editing. It's got a really funny beginning and ending. So, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. And I will definitely see you on the next one. Know your secret, I do. A builder you are, yes? Mention a gift I did. Here. Alright, cool. Not given to the children of Hardon. Remember the alliance you must. An ancient pact between the humans, the Vodkin archers, and the fat rats. Much more to say I have, Gunther. For a long time already I have been speaking. If for more knowledge you thirst, if to hear my tale you hunger, then speak with me again. They speak so weirdly. It confuses my brain sometimes. Sometimes I get it spot on, and then other times I'm like, that's cool. I knocked some acorns out of these giant trees before. And I was like, ooh, what are those? I don't know if at some point I get like a bow. Like these guys. I think that'd be cool. Oh, do you? How are those? Those seem like they'd be cool. I mean, I don't know if it's really worth the $60 and you can sort of use them for some other games, but they're limited. I mean, they are made by Nintendo, so I'm guessing they would be built pretty good. And it's cool, but also limiting that they only charge while attached to the Switch. It's like they're like 50-50 on like pros and cons. It's like they're cool, they're licensed, you know, they're Nintendo products. They can only be charged inside the Switch. They're limiting for games. Although, I mean, there's videos of people trying to play Smash Brothers with those controllers, and you can technically try. It's not like it doesn't work, and there are some games with limited buttons that would actually work. And they just seem cool to have out. And then, I mean, I guess there's some good NES games on the Switch online. It's not like there's not. But if they were to come out with SNES and then not come out with controllers, it's like, you know, it would be limiting for that. I figured they were built really well. I mean, you would think they would be. But it's also weird that it was like, sign up for Nintendo Switch Online, you know, special offers, and then it was like, the special offer was, well, now it's Tetris 99. Initially, the special offer was, with the service, then you can buy the controllers, but without being signed up for Nintendo Switch Online, you can't get the controllers even if you wanted them. Which is, I guess, kind of strange, because you would think there was if they just let anybody buy them, whether they were confused as to what they worked with or not, that like, you know, people who like homebrew and hack their Switch and stuff would have old school games and would just be allowed to buy them, you know, from the internet, as opposed to someone who bought Nintendo Switch Online, you know, signed up for it, all that, paid for them, got them, and then put them on like eBay, and then, you know, someone else buy them off of them. But that's good to know. So I only really watched like one video on it. It was like after they came out, and they said, yeah, they were both good. They felt nice. They felt retro. They felt like they should. And then they tried to play Smash Brothers with it. NES Smash Bros. That would be cool. Like a, you know, not like how Smash Bros is now, but like a 2D. 8-bit or 16-bit, or even like, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's cool that you got them. I don't know if anyone watching right now likes Smash, but I don't know if you guys know who Victor Lucas is. I reference him a lot. He's been around for 20, 30 years in the gaming community, doing interviews, doing little documentaries, behind the scenes stuff. He used to tour around in like a van and go and visit upcoming games, and he did the Electric Playground, and he still has a YouTube channel, and even on there he's, you know, just like 2 months ago he was showing old footage of when he was visiting like Rockstar Studios when they were coming up with the first Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 1. And it was just like amazing to go back and see that. It's like, wow, he was there. Like, he was seeking these developers out that were like a small closet studio. Amazing stuff, but yeah, he had these people on today. They did a Super Smash Bros. Documentary that basically covers the Smash scene up in Vancouver, Canada. And so, if you're interested in seeing that, go follow me on Twitter. And it's like the last thing I posted was from like a couple hours ago. I got to watch it myself. I started watching like the first like 3 or 4 minutes. Man, I got to get over there. The yellow flower of the covenant, bring joy to me, a joy that lies in the far horizon. But I can't get over there, because when you jump in the water, there's this, you know, Creatures of the Black Lagoon style bad dude, and he does this cyclone thing that you can't escape from. It just swirls you in, and then he just kills you. I've already tried. Well, there was another part of the island. Oh man, I haven't even searched over here yet. This island keeps getting bigger. And I could have swore from the look of it that I had pretty much explored like all of the coast. There's gotta be one of those puzzles hidden up here. Maybe if I solve it, I'll get a medal. May the Dia tree bring hope to the land, a hope that lies in the far horizon. It's all about the far horizon. Ah, okay. I want to get over there. You need the, there's a paraglider you get at some point. I mean, I think I should be further in the game, but there's certain times you don't talk to certain people. You really got to keep up on all the people in your little town and, like, talk to them, like, all the time, because it's like earlier when I was just starting the stream up, and it was like, hey, you got to go get 30 tomato seeds. Don't forget to do that. And then immediately was like, oh, you got those 30 tomato seeds. And I was like, yeah, that was hours ago. Turkey's basement. Hello. How are you doing? Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been streaming for an hour and 38 minutes and 42 seconds. 43 seconds. 44 seconds. 45 seconds. But you'll have to be content with just looking. You can't get there if you can't fly. Squeak. Oh, the path beyond the mean leads to a lookout. You can see everything from there, even the old... Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't get there without the old paraglider. Let's see, where else do I gotta go? I probably should go to that little picket fence looking thing on the map. I think there's some monkeys or monsters. Ooh-yah. How's everyone doing? The voices of that monkey remind me of Bowser. Like Mario 64 when you die. You know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know. Okay, so that thing is on the other side here. Oh, the fertilizer guy. That's right. Make some fertilizer, or I'll take you to Tusk. The doggy needs me for something. What's he want? Yeah, what is she waiting for? What is... Huh. Wait. Where would that fire be coming from? I might have to go check that out. Yeah, alright. I also meant to say that there's the traditional Minecraft view too for those of you that, you know, like that sort of. Oh. Oh. He can take him out. I thought I had been here before. Okay, no one's watching. Everyone has tuned out. You guys are amazing. Yep. Ooh. Ah. Whoops. Let's do this, man. Just got this game, haven't started yet. I've been playing this every day since last Friday. That's all I played. I've been meaning to get back to Mario Maker, so I really didn't put much time into that. Maybe 5 or 10 hours. Should have been more, and it will be more. But I've just been addicted to this game. All right, we need to teleport. Why, how you doing? You should start it. You gotta start it so you can get addicted. So you can start staying up until 4 in the morning. So I was up till I like 3 in the morning this past morning. I was like, alright, it's time to go to bed. And then I pulled the Switch out of the dock and kinda just sat in this chair for another 20 minutes. And then more things happen. I was like, alright, I just gotta do this one thing, and then I was like, alright, I'm going downstairs. And then it was like, this other thing happened, then monsters came, and I had to rebuild some things, then the next task started, then it was like 4:30 in the morning, and then I finally had to put it down. What's that I smell? Have ye found an acorn, have ye? If ye plant an acorn in nice, healthy soil, you'll get a nice, healthy tree for your troubles. That's another great way to green up the island, so 'tis. As far as I'm concerned, acorn's the next best thing after worm food when it comes to greenery growing, so right ahead and fill this farm with trees. You just have to put an acorn in good soil to get a tree growing, but it takes forever to grow to full size. If you're not a fan of waiting, you can always use some fertilizer before he plants the acorn. Then your tree'll shoot right up, so it will. DDub Wrigley. Oh my god. I couldn't help but overhear you talking about planting trees, and I just want to let you know that I think that's absolutely wonderful idea. See, she looks like she's out of Link's Awakening remake. Her and the dog. But if we're going to go through all the trouble of growing a grove of trees, why stop there? What I really want is a way to play with them. Ooh, now ain't that a fun idea? Let's grow ourselves a nice big tree and dangle some of it off to make a lovely little playground. Why is this worm Australian? Yep, that's how it was for me with the first game. So oh, see, I didn't play the first one. I played the demo quite a bit. I was gonna get it, and other things came out, and it just never happened. It's like I was saying before, if I put a couple 100 hours into this, and I feel like all I could get out of it, I might go back and get that and play that one, because I know it's shorter. I know it's like maybe like a 40 or 50 hour game. Like, I know it's over quicker. So I just might do that. Or I might just go back and play the demo. I mean, it's like I think it's different enough that I would probably go back. I don't think this is going to be, other than, you know, there's new items and it's bigger and a little bit different. I don't think this is going to be like overpoweringly, you know, so good that it's like unbearable to go back from to play the first one without just being like, oh man, this is terrible. So I might do that. Or, you know, even since this is out now, it might actually go on sale soon. And you know, I might just buy that. I'm not into Minecraft, but I am into Dragon Quest. Even though I haven't really played many Dragon Quests, I'm looking forward to 11's Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition on Nintendo Switch, available September 27th, the day before my birthday. Looking forward to that on the Switch. That's going to be great. And I just scored Dragon Quest 8 on the PS2 from a Goodwill store like a couple days ago, and I got it for $3. So, and there was other PS2 games that were there that you could tell were like raked over. So someone left that behind, and I walked in and was like, score. And I almost didn't even bother going there that day. But one of my other friends has Dragon Quest 8 on PS2 as well. It's another copy. And I've been trying to buy it off of him. He only wants like $5 or $10 for it. But he works during like the morning, like 4 a.m. to like 2 p.m. And he lives a town over, and it's just been hard to get in touch. Grow one there, grow one here. What if I grow one in my house? That ought to be alright. Something like that. I might want a couple over here, because this is usually the side that the enemies attack from. So that could be useful. DDub is absolutely starving. Let's go down to my man cave. You want to see it one up down? Come check out my man cave. I dug this giant hole under the earth. You know, I found some stuff for the church. I found some books. Put a couple tables here. Some, fire. Put this little basket. Another cool book up here. I put some fires, and for some reason I put this towel rack up here where I can't get to it. And some plaques, some beds, more fire, another towel rack, some wood. I put the scarecrows down here so that I'd have nice tilled soil, which, speaking of, I guess I'll plant. Oh, come on, why is it? Oh, okay. I'll plant a wheat right there. And then, you want to check out my bed? Alright, at the end of this short hallway is where I sleep, okay? So, you can see there's 3 beds here, right? I sleep in the middle. I kind of like this a lot. You just hop in and take a cozy little nap right next to my buddies. They weren't so fortunate, but I guess that's the life of a builder. If we're gonna finish the job, we're gonna have to find some more seeds and make some benefits. Yeah. Oh no, eh? Oi. I know, oi. Sweeties are very chewy. Planting. Oh, I need some more of those, right? Put some swings on all the trees. Alright. This crop's ready. I love having an Australian worm for a friend. Sure. 7 more scarecrows. Oh! Nope. Charge! No! Get! Come on, help out, village. Those are all useless. Get him. That's Roy. If I put this here, they're supposed to come and till the field. Oh, that's right, the fertilizer. Well, I mean, I give him the accent and all that, so... But, I mean, he does talk like that, but I don't know if it's supposed to be more, like, Scottish or Boston. Let's see, where's the... Pastoral sisters. Yeah. That's all the help I can offer you, DDub. The rest is up to you. Well, actually, no, I guess it's more of an English. That's all the help. That's all the help I can offer you. The rest is up to you. Sometimes that British and that, yeah, Australian. Harvest Fisting sounds great. Sure does. Yeah, I don't think he belongs right there, really. Come on, worm, till my fields. dog helps you find things. It's kind of just a companion. It goes out in the field with you. When you get in fights, it cowers. Like a little girl. I guess it's a girl dog. So, you know, if I go in, yeah, like I'm acting like I'm gonna leave and the dog's like, wait for me, and the dog sniffs out seeds. And now if I get into a fight, it's like, woof, and it whimpers and shivers. Get one of the slime's face. Where is the slime's face? I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Oh, does he? Nice. I didn't think slimes became friends because they're slimes. That's the whole point of it being surrounded in water, I guess. Shrubs. Okay. I shall. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, this is one friendly slime. Does everyone else, at that point, are they like, do they look at him funny? Or like, talk about him in like combat? Or call him a traitor? Or anything like that? I guess we'll go for 4 for right about now. Nothing beats eats worm food. Just plant an eggplant and healthy soil. You need the night soil to do fertilizer. And the night soil comes from the toilet pot. And I have like a small bathroom over there. And then I made the kitchen and I put a pot in it. And as soon as I set the pot down, someone came and ran right up to it. And then like sat on it. I guess for right now, my guy needs to go to bed. Oh, that's not my bed. That's right. I keep forgetting. I refuse to set my head to sleep anywhere else except for right here. Hello, Crystal Kite. How are you? How you doing? How's it going? Good evening. It's like 10 p.m. on your side. I wish I could like teleport, time travel. I would love for it to be just 10 p.m. right now. And not have it be, it's already 1 in the morning. It's like, man. And if I don't watch out, it'll be the same as today where, I played this too late last night, and I didn't get to bed till like almost like 4, probably past 5. It was probably past 5. Yeah, I didn't go to sleep till I need to take a shower. I don't know, I might save that for when I wake up. Maybe not though. Anyone want to say hi to the beagle lovers? Are there any beagle lovers out there? Yeah, like I was saying, I didn't go to sleep till 5 this morning, and then my girl woke me up at 7:30 to bring my kid to school, and then I did that, and then when I got home, I was gonna go to sleep until like 11 or like the announcement of the new old Nintendo Switch model, and then I didn't get to sleep till like 11, and then I woke up and it was like 4 p.m. and so that kind of ruined my day. When you wake up and you don't get your day started until 4 p.m., that kind of ruins your day. Alright, come on, dog. You want to go out too, Poppy? Come on. You want to come out? Woo! How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. I mean, me. Welcome back for me. Need a better hat that fits correctly with headphones. Unless I want to wear them just ridiculously. So I'm probably going to stream for not much longer. Might finish out this day here in game, and then at which point I will stop the stream, pull the Switch out of my dock, and then play it for the next 3.5 hours until beyond sunrise, ruining my whole day tomorrow. Please find some tomato seeds. I already did. They're hidden away somewhere on the other side of the bridge to the east of Fairfield Bog. Take all the care with you like you did the sugar cane seedlings and see if she can sniff them out. And we gotta find out how to grow them too. That's all the help I can offer, DDub. The rest is up to you. Find 30 tomato seeds and figure out how to grow them. I need to figure out how to get this night soil. It's like, get them from the toilet, and that's the toilet. And can't figure out stuff. Oh, no you don't. See, I knew it. Get him! Get out of my fields! Not bad, guys. Not bad. You actually sort of did your job. That tree helped. Trees saved. I hear that dog barking. And then it makes me think about my beagle who's sitting outside. And it's 1 in the morning and he has no problem barking as loud as Mother Nature will allow. And he loves it. He loves barking. It's his favorite thing to do. No barking, Max. Come here. Come here, boy. Oh. I'll plant a tree there. They're hidden away. I'm so sick of this Pastor Al. All he does is stand there. Yeah, I know. I need to finish. I'm sick of this island. I'm sick of this village. I'm ready for the next step of this game. I keep getting lost in what it is I'm actually supposed to do. It's a chest. Woof, woof, woof. Grrr. Where is that dog? Max. Get out of my way. Those people are all going to eat. Going to eat. Yeah, let's hurry up and eat. Oh. Yay, clap your hands for me cutting the vegetables. That's right. There. I'll cut down some more cabbage. Eat all my eggs. Clap your hands. That's right. I have to carry all these folks on my back. None of them do anything. They really don't. You're in charge of everything. All they do is ask and ask, and they just take and take and take. They don't give you anything back. I need a toilet. Everyone smells. We need a bath. We need food. We're hungry. We need to build a kitchen. I need a bedroom. I need a bed. You need to figure out how to grow these. Clap for me. He was trying so hard to get on the edge just so you can clap. They all come running over. Give me your hearts. Let's see what goes on in here. Not much. Where's that pot? Put a toilet there. Right outside right here. Oh, that needs a door. That's right. Oh. Well, I already had one. That's a cool addition. Having a having a tree inside. Okay, I always end up talking to this guy. Right, get away from me, farm. Close enough, right? Couple fish. I need to travel over to the other side of the world. Or the island. I need the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. How do you do? I thought he was like, oh, dude. I need the toilet. Right. Ah, you're stuck in there. How's that, huh? What an idiot. Oh, it's the... I should have just left him in there. I'm so sick of talking to him. I should have left him right in there. I made my first fish stick. Oh. Well, guys, I think this is where we part ways here for the night. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have all been awesome. Crystal Kite, One Up John, 1970 Scout 800, N64 Zelda fan. Who else? Your Player 2, Josh. So awesome. You guys are always so cool. Don't forget to hit that like button, or if you have watched the replay, you can also hit the like button there. Feel free to share this with all your friends and anybody else who likes this. You know, let me know in the comments below what you like about the channel. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the future. As always, I appreciate your support. And I shall see you guys on the next one. This is DDub out. Saying, have a good night. Peace. Peace out, big dogs.